Alan Wake is a story about a famous author, well, Alan Wake. Alan has been suffering from writer's block for over 2 years. This happened when he wrote a very popular crime fiction series with a character voiced by Max Payne. I honestly don't remember the main plot of these stories because it had James McCaffrey's beautiful voice reading it.
This was a late goodbye.
Alan's wife, Alice, decides to take Alan on a vacation to Bright Falls with a population probably sub 200. It's a much different pace from New York City where they live. Also, Alice is deathly afraid of the dark. And she's like 30. Anyways, they go to pick up the keys to the lodge they're going to be staying at for the week when he meets this mysterious old lady. She gives him the key to their place and he leaves with Alice. Oh my, they got the wrong keys. So they show up at this mysterious house in the middle of this mysterious lake in this mysterious town. They get settled in. Alice tries to get Alan to write. Alan gets mad and leaves Alice in the house because he knows that she won't follow him since it's dark out. Dude, that's just cold. As Alan is upset with himself, the power in the house goes out. Alice screams, he runs and finds that she's been taken away, consumed by the lake. Then he wakes up in a crashed car hanging by the edge of a cliff. Alice completely missing. Then he ditches the car and he starts finding random pages of a manuscript he doesn't remember writing. The manuscript also foreshadows events coming before him, almost as if it was planned out. He also finds a flashlight and Energizer batteries. Yes, they actually have the Energizer branding on the packaging. The best part is that these batteries only last like 5 seconds too before you have to replace them in your flashlight. So in some really unfortunate irony, Energizer bought product placement and the devs literally make the batteries have terrible performance, effectively having the exact opposite effect of what Energizer was probably going for. And it's obvious that Energizer realized this because the batteries in the DLC are generic. I'm literally not making this up. There's even an actual Lincoln MKX in the game, and Verizon ads pretty much plastered throughout the game, and it's in the DLC as well. But, I mean, it kind of makes sense, I guess. Because even though the phones don't work in the game, Verizon has nationwide coverage with a plan to roll out 5G to all of America. Oh, sorry. There is a Verizon ad on the TV, though.
Verizon Wireless has you covered.
There's really not too much to this game. I think it gets more interesting as the game goes on, but there's things that this game could have done and they just didn't. Like the sprinting is very annoying. There's so many times when I ran out of stamina and I end up dying or getting hit by enemies. I almost wish the game had a leveling system of some sorts that improved things like battery life and sprint speed. They would of course just need to find a balance with the enemy leveling so it's never really too easy, but that would have added a lot to this game. The horror aspect is oftentimes missed in this game as well, and it being a horror game, that's probably the most important thing to get right. There's moments that try to act as jump scares, however, there's a delay between the gameplay and the cutscenes, so it unfortunately just misses the mark. This was literally the only moment in the game that actually made me jump. And the moments where enemies are actually chasing you are honestly the scariest parts of this game. I didn't even learn these guys were called the Taken until like the 4th episode, if that indicates anything. As far as bugs, I must say, I didn't really run into any. The only visual bug was this door, and it was actually 2 doors that did this. Like what? There's one scene too where Alan actually has an outburst and he knocks over a lamp.
Killer!
I guess they didn't feel like adding a sound for that. Here, actually, I can fix it.
The killer! The killer! The killer! The killer!
You could literally put anything there and it sounds better than just nothing. After playing the main story, I forgot this game even had 2 DLCs to play. I returned to them a couple weeks later. The first DLC was okay, but the second DLC was very good actually. It has some interesting areas to explore and it really wraps up some loose ends within the story. It even sets up for a sequel, which I don't know how I feel about. I mean, unfortunately overall, this game is just subpar at best. If you missed this game, well, don't be upset, because honestly, you really didn't miss much. If I had to give this game a rating, I'd say it's probably a solid, maybe 6 Energizer batteries out of 10, or we'll make it Duracell, just to be different. You know, it would be ironic if they actually had Duracell batteries in this game, and like, they competed with Energizer. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Catch me on Twitch, link in the description. Never stop.